Do you ever feel like your words just bounce off people? Like you're not quite hitting the mark when you try to convince or persuade? The truth is, there's a hidden language at play in every interaction, and once you understand its patterns, you can unlock incredible influence. Get ready to transform your communication and learn the practical methods to subtly guide conversations, ensuring you achieve your desired outcomes every single time. Close your eyes now and take a deep breath. Allow yourself to sink comfortably into your chair as we embark on a journey into the depths of persuasive communication. With each breath you take, you're becoming more receptive to the powerful techniques I'm about to share with you. The first secret lies in understanding that people don't resist ideas. They resist being controlled. When you speak to someone's unconscious mind rather than their conscious resistance, magic happens. Notice how your breathing has already begun to slow and deepen as you listen to these words. This is your unconscious mind responding to subtle linguistic patterns, the same patterns you'll soon master. Imagine for a moment a time when someone made you feel completely understood. Perhaps it was a friend who seemed to know exactly what you were thinking, or a salesperson who perfectly addressed your concerns before you even voiced them. That feeling of connection didn't happen by accident. It happened because they were speaking your internal language, matching your mental patterns and rhythms. The foundation of hypnotic influence begins with something called pacing and leading. First, you pace someone's current experience, meeting them exactly where they are. If they're sitting, you sit. If they're speaking quickly, you match their pace. If they seem concerned, you acknowledge that concern. You're not mimicking, you're creating a bridge of understanding. And as you continue listening to my voice, you might notice how naturally you want to follow where these words are taking you. Once you've established this connection, you can begin to lead. You subtly shift your posture, slow your speech, or change your tone, and something remarkable happens. The other person begins to follow your lead unconsciously. They match your new rhythm without even realizing it. This is the dance of influence, and you're learning its steps right now. The words you choose carry tremendous power, but it's not just about what you say. It's about how you structure your language to bypass critical thinking. When you say, "Don't think about a blue elephant," what immediately comes to mind? The blue elephant, of course. The unconscious mind cannot process negatives in the same way the conscious mind does. So instead of saying, "Don't worry about the cost," you might say, "Focus on the value you'll receive." This simple shift redirects attention exactly where you want it to go. Embedded commands are another powerful tool in your arsenal. These are instructions hidden within seemingly normal conversation. When I say, "You can relax and absorb this information," your unconscious mind hears "relax and absorb this information" as a direct suggestion. The conscious mind thinks we're just having a conversation, but deeper patterns are at work. As you begin to understand these concepts, you'll find yourself naturally incorporating them into your daily interactions. Presuppositions are equally powerful. Instead of asking, "Would you like to buy this?" which invites a yes or no response, you might ask, "Would you prefer to start with the basic package or the premium option?" This presupposes that a purchase will happen and simply asks about preferences. Notice how your mind has already accepted that you'll be using these techniques, and you're simply deciding when and where to implement them. The rhythm of your speech creates a hypnotic effect. Varying your pace, using strategic pauses, and emphasizing certain words can guide someone into a more receptive state. When you speak, slowly and deliberately, people naturally slow down their thinking to match your pace. When you speed up with excitement and energy, they feel that same enthusiasm. You're conducting an orchestra of attention and emotion. Storytelling becomes even more powerful when you understand these principles. Stories bypass the analytical mind and speak directly to the unconscious. When you tell someone about a client who discovered how easy it was to make this decision, you're not directly telling them what to do, but you're planting seeds of possibility. The unconscious mind loves stories and often adopts the experiences of story characters as potential realities. Anchoring allows you to associate specific feelings with specific triggers. If every time you discuss the benefits of your proposal, you lean forward slightly and use a particular hand gesture, you're creating an anchor. Later, when you use that same posture and gesture while asking for a decision, you're unconsciously triggering those positive feelings you've associated with your ideas. The power of rapport cannot be overstated. People are influenced by those they like and trust, and rapport is the bridge to both. Matching breathing patterns, using similar language patterns, and reflecting emotional states creates an unconscious bond. When someone feels understood and connected to you, their natural resistance dissolves, and they become open to your suggestions. Questions are more powerful than statements because they engage the other person's mind actively. Instead of telling someone what to think, you're guiding them to discover insights on their own. What would need to happen for this to feel like the right decision for you? This question assumes they want to make a decision and simply explores the path to get there. Confusion can be your ally when used skillfully. When the conscious mind becomes overwhelmed trying to follow complex logic or multiple options, it often hands control over to the unconscious mind, which is more receptive to suggestion. This isn't about being deliberately confusing, but about presenting information in a way that encourages the other person to rely on intuition and feeling rather than analysis. The principle of social proof becomes hypnotically powerful when you understand how to present it. Instead of simply saying, "Other people love this," you might say, "Yesterday, a client told me she couldn't believe how quickly she started seeing results, and she mentioned that her colleagues immediately noticed the change in her confidence." This creates a vivid mental movie that the listener can imagine themselves in. As we near the end of our journey together, I want you to recognize that these skills are not about manipulation or control. They're about communication mastery. When you truly understand how minds work and how influence operates, you can help people make decisions that genuinely benefit them. You can resolve conflicts more effectively, present ideas more persuasively, and create connections that enrich both your life and the lives of others. The real secret is that influence is happening in every interaction, whether you're conscious of it or not. The question isn't whether you'll influence others, but whether you'll do it skillfully and ethically. These techniques work because they align with natural mental processes. They feel good to experience because they respect how the mind actually functions. Take a moment now to imagine yourself using these skills. See yourself in conversations where your words carry weight and impact. Feel the confidence that comes from knowing you can guide interactions toward positive outcomes. Hear the responses you'll receive when people truly understand and connect with your message. This isn't just imagination. This is preparation for your new reality. When you open your eyes in a moment, you'll retain everything you've learned here. These concepts will continue to integrate into your unconscious understanding, emerging naturally in your conversations. You'll find yourself noticing opportunities to pace and lead, to to use embedded commands, and to create deeper rapport. Most importantly, you'll discover that influence is a natural extension of genuine care and authentic communication. The transformation has already begun. You came here feeling like your words sometimes bounce off people, and you're leaving with the understanding that every word can be a key that unlocks connection and agreement. These aren't just techniques to memorize. There are new ways of thinking about communication that will serve you for a lifetime. Take one more deep breath, feeling grateful for this new knowledge and excited about the possibilities ahead. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, fully alert, and completely confident in your ability to influence and persuade with integrity and skill.